ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back to the Pub MO
Welcome
podcast.
to the Pub MO podcast.
where I'm trying to put on a smile and not frown.
Turn that frown upside down, brother.
It's time to go to Pound Town.
With some useless pieces of information.
So what we usually do, we get on here and just try to give you as much bad information as possible, and you got to
work out if it's true or not. No, honestly, 96% of it's probably true.
60% of the time.
Probably
all
true.
The time.
Yeah. So, like, useless piece of information. Do you know where the word hangover comes from?
No.
So, back in 1800, like England times and that sort of thing, when people used to go out and get on the terps and that sort of stuff, if they couldn't make their way home, poets terps, just quietly, if they couldn't make their way home out the back of the pub or the bar, they used to have ropes hung up from like one side of the room to the other. And if you couldn't be fucked going home or were too scared of facing the missus after a big night on the mead or the beer or whatever it was they drunk back then, you could pay a certain amount, threepence, tuppence,
Mimi.
That's for our bullers in far north Queensland. If you couldn't afford to get home, you could pay a certain amount of money and you would literally drape yourself over a rope, like under your armpits, and you would just pass out. And that's where the term hungover come from, to be hungover.
But for real, how could you sleep?
I don't know.
Go to sleep?
Look, let's be honest, man. Where have you slept when you smashed? Think about it. Think about some of the
positions. So they don't have
gardens
gardens somewhere? They didn't have gardens back those days?
Jolly England back then, it was just mud.
It would have been.
Now, I've got a really good pissed sleeping story, okay? So back when me and the missus were just, courting, she went back to my place one night.
She caught you.
After she caught me. That's exactly right. I wasn't fast enough, bro. Couldn't get away. She went back to my place one night and hammered, like absolutely hammered. So I put her in a cab because she was at the pub I was working at and sent her home. And I've come home like, I don't know, 2-3 hours later or whatever it was and couldn't find her. Like,
clothes on the clothesline.
Clothes in the lounge room. No joy. Walked in the bedroom. No, wasn't in the bedroom. Like she'd been in the bed but wasn't currently in the bed. And then I've gone, where? I've gone and checked the other rooms in the house. I've gone and checked the toilet. I thought maybe she spewed in the toilet and just KO'd on the floor. You know, no, it wasn't in the... And I'm thinking, where the hell is she? I went out and checked her car because her car was out the front. Or maybe she climbed in her car and passed out. Wasn't there. I walked out onto the back patio, brother, and she was asleep with a blanket on the top of the barbecue.
The barbecue was on.
Like, you know them flat barbecues, the old school ones, the flat one. Up on top of the barbecue, fetal position with a blanket over it, out cold. Out cold. And I thought to myself, I'm like, why? Why on earth are you on the barbecue? My dog's in his bed looking at her like, what? And so I didn't think she believed me, so I put my phone out, took the obligatory couple of photos, and then I was like, oi, get up, come on, off to bed.
I would have just turned the barbie on.
The next morning, I'm trying to explain it to her. She's like, no, I wasn't. She's like, delete that right now. So that's not hungover. That's bent over? No, that wasn't it.
That's
too drunk for that.
Getting over it. Staying over it.
So anyway, there's the first useless piece of pub ammo. What's going on? What have you been up to? Oh, first and foremost, Q, say hello.
Hello.
Hey, brother.
How we going?
Yeah, good. What's happening?
Oh, not a lot.
Not a lot?
Working in the rain.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been woeful.
Yeah.
For those not living in far north Queensland, it has just been drizzle and shite for the last week. Sideways rain. And it's actually cold. When I say cold, it's probably like 22 degrees, but...
dropped a couple of degrees.
For us, that's cold. Yeah,
but cold rain's just really shit to work in as well because once you're cold, you can't get warm again.
That's why I'm glad I'm in a hospital.
That's right. And that's why we'll end up there.
Yeah. Pneumonia.
But I see both of you wearing your shirts. What sort of shirts are they?
Yeah, mate. Right angle cabinets.
Ah, the right angle cabinets. So you know what to do.
See Mark and the crew.
Because they know what to do.
Servicing all the cans, arrest NQ.
Located in Gordonvale.
North of Innisfail.
The cabin's off the rail.
Their prices are on sale.
So if you want a bitchin' kitchen or just flex with a desk, call Right Angle Cabinets and they'll sort the rest.
You like that?
So check them out and
We keep saying that we're going to like pre-record these ads and that, but we're just getting really good at them. I don't think we should.
Yeah. No, that was like I think
Wait.
the chair's not that pinpoint.
Need to cut some weight. So what have you been up to, bud? You've had a bit
I
of
put
an
4
adventure.
kilos on already.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's the way. That's the
all them
way.
Barbecues.
There's a big difference between fighting weight and walking around weight. Get back to healthy, bud.
Get back to health. Get my health back.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So I didn't do that on the weekend though.
No, you didn't. You've been
So-
at it again. You're forgetting your age. What have you been up to?
So we went up to the wheelbarrow race, the Great Wheelbarrow race up at goes from Mareeba to Chillagoe or Chillagoe.
Chillagoe.
That's what I tried to make a song for us,
Did you?
and I typed it all in, and my mate's singing from Mareeba to Chillagoe.
Chillagoe. It does
American.
sound like it should be Chillagoe.
It sounds
now.
like Chicago,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you
yeah.
the way it's spelt from
So
Chillagoe.
the Great Wheelbarrow Race, what is it for the uninitiated?
So it's pretty much you can either do it solo, duos, teams of 3, or you can do like the social teams or corporate teams, and you can have up. I think you can have 10 runners at a time,
Yeah.
but you can have teams of up to 15 or 20, but only 10 can run that day, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Because there was a lot of teams that had a lot of people. And I'm like, how do all these people?
Why didn't we bring 10 more?
We were all looking around the bus, going, "What the fuck? We're down to like 3."
And how far is it?
So the first day is 42 kilometres from Mareeba to Dimbula.
Dimbula? Yep.
And then Dimbula to Almaden is 65 kilometres.
Shit. Yeah, okay.
And I felt every step of that. And then
Right up to the last K.
and then it goes from Almaden to Chillagoe.
Chillagoe.
And that's another, I think there's 32 kilometres.
So 140 all up.
Yeah,
isn't it?
142. I think
142
we walked
all
out
up?
to
Yeah,
Beagle
yeah,
and
okay. Yeah.
Something like that. But
And it
yeah.
raises money for?
Anything you want. It's
Oh, really?
Yeah. You nominate who you're going to give the money to.
Oh,
pretty much.
gotcha. Okay,
Which
then.
it's good. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
Because some people are like, no, you got to put it to this, and like everyone's got their own people they're doing it for.
Yeah,
There's
cool.
a couple of people doing it for like suicide and stuff like
Yep.
that. There's a lot of different ones. So
Yep.
it was good to see like the Starlight Foundation, like kids on there, they get their Make a Wish and all that sort of stuff, and
So what did you guys raise money for? Pensioners' hamstrings?
pretty much. No, we did the Queensland Cancer Council, so
Oh, yeah, cool.
that was us with
Yep.
the Kelso's Kicking Cancer crew.
That's the way.
We had our. Well, I should have got the shirt. The shirt's upstairs somewhere. And it's got had Emma Rodder's parents, Jane and John Rodder, and then we had Bob Conroy,
Adrian?
Adrian,
Conroy?
but his dad.
Oh, his dad. Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember his. It was on the shirt. Got it done and get to see it.
Yep.
I was wearing it, and my dad Carey. So we put all those on there, and then that's who we're running for, and so that was pretty good. But so.
Needle pulling thread. Break it down for us, brother.
So I was pretty lucky the first day. I still had to work on the farm because I had my brother and that. They couldn't be on the farm. They had to go away on holiday. So I had to just be in the shed and pack bananas on the first day. So I missed out on the first part of the race from Mareeba to Dimbula, and I was really upset about that.
Done.
And it was so funny because I rocked into town as they were running into town.
Oh, did ya?
Because I'm driving around the corner going, please don't be around the next corner. Please don't be around the next corner. I'll have to run somehow. They'll make me run.
Yeah.
So I was just going to drive around and go, beep, 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 and just keep going.
Keep going.
Set up the pub.
Pull up with a beer.
So, yeah, it was just perfect time. And I went straight in as they were running in. Got a bit of footage of them running in. And then we went and stayed at Emu Creek Station.
Yeah.
At radio grounds
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Pretty cool little spot
Yeah,
there.
it's a good spot, eh?
Yeah.
Mm.
So we stayed there for 3 nights. Yeah.
Oh, all the nights you were there, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
So we-
wherever you finished up, you just drove
Just
back
drove
to there.
Yeah, so it's not
gotcha.
that far. It's like
No, that's
bloody
right.
60 k's or something was the
Yep.
furthest drive. So we did that. Stayed there, and just a funny story. When we were heading back for one night, I think it was after the second night, we were heading back, and on the side of the road, we've seen a couple of things. We've seen a fucking buffalo.
What?
Yeah,
Buffalo. What
yeah, buffalo.
Like water buffalo.
In a fence, must be.
No, it was on the fucking road. We nearly hit it.
Really?
Yeah.
Must have got out of someone's farm.
Well,
man.
I
I didn't
heard-
think we had any up this way.
I heard near Mount Surprise because if as the crow flies, Mount
not far to
Surprise
Mount
is
Surprise.
fucking
Yeah.
50k away
Yeah.
over the hill, and so It was just on the road, and it was like a silvery color. It wasn't black. It was like a silvery color.
Greyish.
Yeah, grey color. Yeah. And
Really?
yeah. And we were like, I'm trying to get my phone out. And you know when you go to press your thing, and for some reason now it's set on selfie mode first, and I'm there going, trying to get a photo, and it's looking at me.
The
Fuck
silver
off, cunt, fuck
buffalo.
off. So I'm like, take a selfie yourself. No.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so we're trying to get a photo. Couldn't get it. For some reason, the bus driver couldn't slow down.
Yeah, what an egg.
So so we didn't get a photo of it, but we tried. Actually, it might be in there somewhere. It might be a little speck in the photo.
Oh, man. If anyone lives out that way and they can confirm or deny for us, let us know.
It's 100%.
Because I didn't think there was any water buffalo over this way.
No,
I didn't think
100%,
they'd cracked
yeah.
into Queensland yet. I thought they were
No,
just in
Luke's
the
got them on
territory.
his block.
Yeah, they're close.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Who knew? Well, you did.
Yeah, so we're seeing that, but we're heading back, and about 100 metres from where we turn off to go into our camp, here's a mob of pigs on the side of the road.
Oh, you joking?
I had my gun.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Did
and
you pop
I
one?
was- No, but I'm like, what's the rules around here?
Yeah,
If you
around the
Are you
road.
allowed to shoot off the road? You're not, eh?
Well, I think
What are the rules?
I don't know.
Sure you are.
Yeah. If you're game enough.
Yeah, well, that's because the homestead's not far away and we're camping. They're sort of doing us a favour by letting us camp. I just didn't want to stir the
Yeah,
pot.
fair enough. Fair enough. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, shit. But the whole time sitting there like...
You had been driving past, though, to another destination.
Well, that's
pigs
what I was
would have
going
got
to do.
popped.
I was going to drive that way and then shoot them but keep driving.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, someone pulled up and
10
shot me.
K's down the road, do a
Turn
Yui
around
come
and
back.
come back. And they're like,
Genius.
someone drove past with a gun. See them? Well, oh, look at the dead pigs
Just
there.
seen 6 yobbos hanging out the side of a ute with firearms. My God, what's this world coming to?
Yeah, so I don't know what the rules for that is.
Mm.
Because I think Mick said you're not allowed to shoot off the side of the road.
Yeah, I didn't think you were, but I was never 100% sure on it.
Because it's if you think if there's like they're doing a bit of mushroom behind a bush there, someone you're shooting at some pigs.
Whack. So what was the weather like up there? Did you get this rubbish that we're getting down here?
It was overcast. It didn't rain, but it was overcast.
Oh, so it would have been nice and cool
It
then.
was good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good weather.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
It was perfect weather actually for that because the sun wasn't out to burn the shit out of you. I did get sunburn on the last day. We'll get into why.
Fire away.
So-
Why did you get burnt, Taz?
So the first day, as I said, I missed out on all that. But the second day, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to jump in and
Feeling fit?
feeling fit.
Fight fit, really?
Fight fit. I was,
Yeah,
I was
yep.
fit as fuck.
Yep.
But we didn't mention this. The 4 weeks leading up to the fight, I pulled my calf muscle.
You did.
And I hadn't been able to train on it for 4 weeks. So I was just on the ergo bikes and skiing machines trying to get my fitness that way.
Yeah.
And just hockey rounds at sparring. So when you spar, you just don't move. You just got to stand there. And
Let people hit you. Basically, in a nutshell.
so that's what happened the last 4 weeks. So that's probably why my footwork in the fight wasn't that good.
That or the crack in the jaw, one or the other.
Or that too. But yeah. So that was pulled and fucked. So it come good in the past week or so. So I thought, oh, it's good. I'll go
There'll
for
be
a run.
apples.
Yeah. So
Yeah, what's a 60K run?
yeah, nothing. But but we'll have to explain how they actually run.
Yeah.
So if you're in the bus, there's 10 people in there, but pretty much you just jump out and push the wheelbarrow. And how they first started, how long do you reckon you would, Quinn, how long do you reckon you would run for if you were going to push a wheelbarrow?
In a wheelbarrow. I don't know, maybe 3K?
Or in seconds even?
Oh, in seconds.
Mm.
I don't know. Probably a couple minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought too,
a
eh?
couple
A
minutes.
couple of minutes,
Yeah,
2-3
yeah.
minutes.
That's what everyone thinks. You should do. Yeah, you push for like 2 or 3 minutes and you'll be fine, you know?
Yeah, at a
But-
solid run.
Yeah, but how it works out is the shorter you run, the shorter time, like 30 seconds, 25, 20 seconds, you can actually sprint with the wheelbarrow.
So it's a sprint.
It's a sprint.
Yeah.
It's not a jog.
So how long do you get in between then? Like if there's 10 of you, what do you
Yeah,
get?
you get like three and a half minutes or something. Work that out. So
No.
the first day
Is that
the first day they sort of stuffed up because they tried.
My maths is shit right now.
Yeah, well, there's
No.
two a minute.
9,
2 a minute.
2 a minute.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes.
Why?
No, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes in between.
And you think
four and a
about-
half minutes.
You
Okay,
sprint,
all right.
You sprint for 25, 30 seconds. Your heart rate's going to come down before that next 5. You're pretty much back to where you were.
Yeah, but 20 to 30 seconds is a big sprint. Like
Yeah.
that's equivalent to like at our age, a 200 meter, 300 meter sprint. That's that's a lot of lactic acid.
You probably
build-up.
would do 150 meters.
150 with
100
a
to
with a
150 meters.
wheelbarrow. Okay,
Yeah.
then. All right.
And so you do that, and then the next person jumps out and takes it over, and it's all about the changeover and getting all that correct. But the first day they pushed out to 1:30, and then they realised that they were just way too long, and they were all getting fucked. So
As in they were running for like a minute.
running
30.
running too
Yeah.
long.
Okay. Yeah.
And
right.
then they had to sort of regather and say, no, let's just go back to 30 seconds, and they found out 30 seconds on the first day was the good one.
Sweet spot.
So
the sweet
okay,
spot.
all right. So okay. Even though you're going hard out for 30 seconds, there's enough recovery time in between to get your
heart rate
breath
back
back, your heart rate down.
And you pretty much, because it's a different type of endurance.
Well, it's anaerobic. It's not.
Yeah.
You're not getting into lactic acid or anything
it's
like
actually
that.
what I like doing. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
don't
That
like
high
long distance.
intensity kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Okay.
And so I can do that all day, that shit, because cutting bananas is the same. You
Same sort of thing.
Cut and you get high, your heart rate's up, but then you walk back, and then you cut another one and your heart rate's up. And you go back, sort of thing.
All
So-
right. Okay, I get you. But still, 30-second sprint. That's for 60 Ks.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the second day. That's when we did that. So we went down on the second day, we pushed it to 25 seconds.
Yeah.
And we, when you do the changeover, you sort of got to let the person know it's 10 seconds to go. And there's a lot to it. Your bus driver's got to line up and everything, and because you're just swapping over while the wheelbarrow is still moving, so
Okay.
you don't
all
put
right.
it down. You
Yeah.
You just jump in, and they sort of hand it over to you like
Fling
a
it
baton,
over
so
to
you
you.
just fling it,
Yeah.
and you got to.
And the driver's got to stay like right there
right
so that the
beside
other
you.
person can jump in and
and
jump
when-
out at the
and
same
when they
time.
go to jump back in, it's like if you're going too quick, they can fall and get run over by the fucking bus or shit like that. It's pretty fucking wild, eh? So we had a couple of
This
injuries.
is hilarious.
We had Haley. She hurt herself twice. She had a stack on the first day, I think, and she took bark off her left knee. And then on the second day, she went to get back in about halfway through the day, and sort of just misgrabbed or went to grab and missed it, and then she sort of just tried to dive into the van because she missed and thought she's going to like fall under the wheels.
Yeah.
So she dived into the van, but her legs were still out the van, and her leg flung around and hit. There's a sharp edge on the bottom of those sliding doors.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
And the calf hit that and just took a big chunk out of her calf, and you could see all the. It looked like rump steak fat.
Yeah.
You know that when
Yeah.
you see that
Yeah.
fat there on the calf.
I love good cuts. Eh? I love having a look in them.
It was probably 20 mil deep, and just like a big, and just everything was out like
calf or Achilles. Did it get her Achilles? Didn't
just
get her
above
Achilles.
the Achilles, and
Ooh,
like,
that's lucky.
yeah, just like the start of the calf sort of thing.
Oh,
right at the
that's
bottom.
lucky.
Yeah. So luckily we had Adrian on board. That's a nurse.
Yeah.
And he got in there.
Shout out Adrian Conroy for bringing your medical skills to the fore, brother.
And in saying that, he's an ultra marathon runner. As
Yeah,
well.
he is, man. So I actually work with Adrian at the hospital, and like the dude is fit.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys, no disrespect, brother. He doesn't look like one of those stereotypical
No.
like endurance runners. Do you
No,
know what I mean?
he's
He
pretty
just
thick
doesn't.
set.
He's thick set, yeah. But like he'll finish work, man, at like 11 o'clock at night. It's absolutely nothing for that dude to chuck his shoes on and go do 10 Ks.
Yeah.
Headlamp on, middle of the night, in the rain, boom, 10 Ks. He'll get to Flying Fish Point and back. And he does it in good time, man.
Yeah.
Like he's motoring, you know what I mean? And then he'll go with mates and go and do these
silly runs.
silly runs out in the middle of the bush and that sort of stuff where it'll be like 100 Ks in 3 days. That sort of thing. Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
But he even said it's not his type of running, the wheelbarrow race. He thought it was going to be, but because it's a sprint, not a...
Yeah, no, that's
Explosive,
right.
yeah.
It's more explosive than anaerobic or whatever. There's
Yeah.
two types of anaerobic and what's the other one? Aerobic?
Yeah. Aerobic's the long distance, anaerobic's like your short stuff, and then in between sits like the lactic acid stuff.
I used to like aerobics Oz style.
Didn't we all?
Yeah.
You're too young to remember aerobics Oz style, bro.
Nah.
Man, it was basically porn. It was every
was,
morning at 6 o'clock on free to air TV. was basically porn for us.
And then they'd invite that one fat chick, and you're like, "Fuck, stop showing her."
And then they started going all about equality, and then there'd be blokes getting in there, and it just became so
and a big
much
black fella too with a big wanger.
And
then that's when you went to town on yourself harder.
It just became so much harder to get over the line. I still did, but it just became harder, that's all. So you've had one injury already, and obviously she couldn't keep running.
No, she did.
Oh, she did?
They strapped her up and she kept going,
Oh.
That day.
Built different.
And, so...
Haley? Bravo.
Yeah, she did real well. So just before that happened, I was about 10K out of town, and I thought, I might see if I can go a bit quicker. Then I heard a twang in my calf.
Oh, did you?
Right where it healed, supposedly healed.
Did it go, or just give you a little bit of a hey?
It gave me a
hey.
I gave me that.
I'm still here.
You know that
I'm still
the
here.
proper like twinge
that makes
proper,
you go
shit yourself.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh fuck. And then so I was like, all right. So I jumped back on the van, and lucky my young fella. I don't know if this is legal to say this, but he got his jaw teeth done not long ago, and he had some nice anti-inflammatories laying around.
Yeah, sweet. That's legal. It's completely legal. If it's in your fridge, it's legal.
So lucky my wisdom teeth were playing up, and I took some of those.
Yeah, that's the way.
And then I could keep running, and it actually got better as it warmed up and during the day. And then about a kilometre to go, just because you sort of your whole leg and is limp. I was limping while I was running still, but and then you're sort of compensating.
Yeah,
so
you're favouring it.
So I was favouring, and my right thigh right now is on fire.
Yeah,
because it was doing all the fucking work.
A high speed.
So it was like a big step and then a limp.
High speed limp.
And then must have been because I was compensating for my calf. My hamstring on the same side went, so it went twang too. And because I was on all the drugs, it probably went a bit twangier than it should have because you didn't feel it.
We are so old. How'd you tell your hammy? Pushing a wheelbarrow. What was in it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
My hopes and dreams.
My hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
But so that happened about a K out, and I was just like, no, I can't run. I just don't want to. Because I was thinking I'll just save it till tomorrow, and hopefully it'll come overnight
right.
with some better drugs.
Yeah.
So that happened about a K out, and then we woke up the next day, and she wasn't going to move too well.
No good.
No,
no good. No good at all.
So I put my hand up to drive the bus because Blaze, the bus driver, said, "Oh, she'll run." So I'm like, "All right, you can run, and I'll drive." And I reckon driving the bus was harder than the run.
Really?
Like mentally, fuck me, because then they changed it to 20-second changeovers.
Yeah.
So you think about
that's not long, eh?
And you got to stay.
It's like 100 meters, isn't it? Really?
And you got to stay beside this person, and then they'll take off, and you got to wait for this other. Then you got to catch up to them, slow down just so they're right at the door. So then the changeover's perfect because you just want every changeover perfect. So then your time gets quicker, so you can for your race
for 30 k's.
Yeah, for 60.
Wow, true.
Yeah, 60. No. Actually, last day was 32 k's. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be almost frustrating, wouldn't it?
And it is. And then there was a couple of people not doing what they were told. So I was getting a little bit cranky towards the end.
Boss man Tony came
Fuse is just starting to go like this.
Oh, no, I didn't want to go off too much because I wasn't running.
Yeah, true. Yeah. You just shut up and hit those brakes, boy.
Yeah, but we had a thing where you had to say 10 seconds to the runner to let them know. And some people weren't saying it, and I'm like, fuck, this is getting harder. I don't know when to stop now because the time was behind me. I couldn't see it, but they could see it.
Could you, like, from where you were sitting in the driver's side, I'm assuming they were getting in on the passenger side. Yeah. Could you see them? Like, did you have a good line of sight?
I also had the lady who hurt her leg. She was sitting beside me, so she was blocking it a bit, so I couldn't see as much.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And so it was a little bit harder to see out that door as well.
Is this on the main drag, just on the road?
Yeah.
Were they pulling traffic up for you?
They only stopped on, there's a range just out of Alberton, I think it is. No, between Dimbula and Alberton, there's a range there, and they sort of stop and go on that just to
Did they?
just to let the runners not get hit on the fucking blind.
But the
corner.
rest of them, the rest of the traffic would what? Just zing around
they
you?
just zing around. Yeah, because
Many trucks?
yeah, it was a few, but
Was there?
probably the biggest traffic was the support crews because they'd overtake you, drive up, then park, and then clap. And then drive up another 10 Ks and do it again and do it again. It's just
okay,
like,
the
you're
fan
fucking
club.
annoying everyone.
Yeah.
It wasn't ours, it was other people's. You can fuck off.
We didn't have any fans.
I didn't have any fans.
No one was cheering for us. I was cheering for you in spirit from the couch.
Yeah, so that was, so we ended up getting to Almaden that night. And, that's when I was like, we drove back. That's when we seen the pigs when we were driving back that night.
Yeah, righto.
And then we had to drive back to Almaden the next morning.
To
and then
start
go from,
again.
Yeah, start there to go to Chillagoe.
Chillagoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, righto.
So, and then the last day, I just got them running through. I actually didn't go through the finish on any of the races.
Quitter.
That's what I said to Kate. I said, I feel like a bit of I've got imposter syndrome or something. Like, I didn't start. I did one day and then I couldn't finish.
One day, fell in a heap and
I
drove the
reckon
car.
Everyone in that crew's like, yeah, he's a bit of a soft cock, that cunt.
Don't worry, bro. Next year, we'll go back again. I'll come with you.
And we'll have
I'm
more
not
shit
running.
broken.
I'm not running.
You can
But I'll
drive.
be one of those cars that zooms up ahead of you and gets out and cheers. Yeah. Just sitting on the side of the road.
Tony.
Get the camp chairs out.
There's a few of them. But I
Real
reckon,
slow.
yeah, slow clap. But you should have seen them. They do it and they get out. By the end of the day, they were red because the sun was out and they were fucking sunburnt.
Yeah,
and
there's
that's what I
nowhere
said.
to hide up there either.
No.
Along the side of the road, there's nothing up there, is there?
And that was what I was saying about. I got on the last day because I was driving.
Oh, driver's arm.
I got a driver's arm. This whole arm just
That's
went
what
red.
it was. I like that. You took that story very well. We went
Yeah.
all the way around
to
and we came
driver's
back to
arm.
driver's arm. Well played, sir.
Didn't get
Well played.
sidetracked.
Didn't get sidetracked
Didn't
at
get
all.
sidetracked at all. Stayed on
So-
point, which we don't often do.
No. So overall, I honestly reckon everyone give it a go in their life. I reckon
Yeah, it's good
worth-
fun, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's a challenge.
Yeah,
And it's a different
yeah,
challenge,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Mentally, it's just like you got to be fucking. Yeah, it's towards the end of the days. It's like shit. We got a bit on here. So
I didn't realise that it was going. When you said it to me, I just had visions of. But to be honest, I had visions of people just half-assed trotting along the edge of the road with a wheelbarrow in their hand. That's kind of what I
Slow
thought.
jog.
Well, that's
yeah,
what the-
yeah.
that's what the
Getting there
solos
slowly.
were doing because they were just all day running
Oh,
by
of
their
course.
own and the
Yeah, yeah,
duos
yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
But some of the duos went pretty well. They did it nearly the same amount of time as us.
So was everyone on the beers that night?
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Oh, I was, but because we stayed at another
Explains
place,
the hammy.
because we stayed at another place, I had to keep driving back. So we couldn't really stick around for all their festivities they got up to at the night time because we stayed at another.
Yeah,
Like
you stayed
away?
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were to do it again, would you prefer to have stayed like at each spot where everyone else? Would you just swag it or something like that? Like have
Oh,
a ute so
you
that you
could,
could just chuck
like-
swags out?
There's a few crews had like just people just set up, pack down their tent and go to the next setup. But I didn't mind where we were staying. It was nice and quiet, and it was just good. You just go back.
Yeah,
and
okay.
you knew what your tent, what setup was like. It was a good spot,
Yeah.
and you could just relax while you're there, sort of thing.
So the big question is, did you win?
So, I think there was 40 or 50 people all up, different teams.
Yeah.
There's probably about 10 or 15 were solos and duos and stuff like that.
Right.
And then there was probably about, I'd say, 25 teams.
Teams
Solo-
of like say 4 or more.
Social teams, they call them.
Okay.
So the social team's the biggest group.
Yep.
And then you got corporate and
Yep.
and a couple of other ones. I think it's corporate and schools.
Yeah, okay.
There's kids' schools and that as well.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, like teenagers sort of.
Oh, high
grade
schools.
12 or
Yeah.
whatever,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And who do you reckon out of all those? Like you got fireys. What else? There's Navy. There's Army. There's Dad's Army. They were like all average age of 70 or something.
Yeah. Wicked. Wicked.
But out of all those and the schools, who do you reckon would have been the fastest?
Whoa. Fireys would have to be right up there.
Fireys went well. I think they.
I mean,
got, I think they got third.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Who do you reckon would have been the fastest? Or like
You
And
fellas.
there was
You
actually-
fellas.
There was actually another group of Vanuatuans, 2 groups of Vanuatuans.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
yeah, and they all
Well,
work
they
on the
might have been up there.
they all work on the blueberry farms, and that because they all look young fellas. They look like around
Were
like
they?
20, 25.
Yeah,
year old
or they
blokes.
might have been up there, eh? Were they up there?
They got second.
Did they?
Who do you reckon would have won?
Oh, the kids.
Bloody high
Kids?
school kids.
Yeah, kids.
Yeah.
Youth.
And they had girls in their teams and everything.
Did they?
And the Venus didn't. They had all boys.
Yep, just youth.
Yeah.
That's all it is, eh?
Bloody all 17-year-old boys.
Yeah, that ability to just
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah, brother.
Young, dumb,
Hey,
full of cum.
that ability to just do something
Just
and not
push.
just push and recover and
it's-
push and
it's
recover.
recover.
and
Probably
it's
the
recovery.
recovery,
It is
yeah.
the
Yeah.
recovery, of
Yeah.
course
Two
it
deep
is.
breaths in there.
Yeah,
Ready
that's
to go
exactly it. Hey,
Yeah.
by the time their ass hits the seat in the van,
But
they're good.
They also did have a bigger team
Oh, did they?
as well. So they probably only had 10 runners each day, but they probably had 15 to 20 people in their team. And that's the teams that went well. They seem to have a bit more people. I think the Fireys, they only had a smaller team like ours.
And all these kids these days, they're all on the performance enhancers, bro. So don't even worry about it.
So
They're
out
all
of,
gassing.
out of all the social teams, where do you reckon we came?
Out of the social teams,
And we had an average age of 45 on the bus.
top 5. Top 5?
Where do you reckon we come, Q?
Yeah, top 10.
I think there was 25 teams or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Top 10 then.
8?
You just say a number.
Oh,
8.
6.
4th.
Oi!
Yeah, boy!
What? So only the kids? The
Oh no, that's not the socials.
oh, that's not the
Yeah,
socials.
yeah.
Okay, all right,
So
sweet, sweet.
There's a lot of teams. Like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a big the way they
Big
organise. They've got it worked out pretty well. On
How many people total? Do you know? Did they give a number?
Oh,
Like, did they have a total number?
I'd probably say 1,000.
What?
Like we were sitting around yesterday. Everyone. It was probably probably 500 or 800 to 1,000 people.
Wow.
All I don't know how many competitors, but all that were there. sort
Yeah,
of thing,
yeah. Support crews and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a big day.
Turnout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wicked.
Yeah.
and it's going for like 20 something years now since 2000.
Yeah, it's been going for ages. I've seen this go on for years.
Yeah.
Like, it always makes the paper and the local news and all that sort of stuff when it comes up.
And since they started, they've made $2.8 million towards charities,
Far out. That's pretty cool. man.
and they did $250,000 this year, I think.
Well, to
It's one of their
everyone,
biggest years.
everyone that had a crack 2025 wheelbarrow challenge, wheelbarrow race, What are they
Wheelbarrow
called?
race.
Wheelbarrow
yeah.
race, isn't it?
They
Good
actually
on yous.
named the
Well
road after it.
Done.
They named not the road, but the real. They called it the Wheelbarrow Way.
I've seen that.
Mm.
Yeah, right. And that's why it's called that.
Yeah,
Never knew it. Never knew it.
Bit of public.
And how you feeling today?
Shit. I was just at work this afternoon about 2:00 going. I just want to fucking go home and sit down on the couch.
I am done.
I'm done. My legs just don't want. And I only did one day.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
and
my missus
imagine,
did 3 days. Everyone else did 3 days except for me and a couple other people. But yeah,
and imagine how all the other people, like those guys that did like teams of 2
yeah.
or 3 or 4.
Well, the team at 2, they done really well. I think
Did they?
they broke the race record by like half an hour or something as well. 2 young fellas.
Really?
But the only thing I didn't like about the whole setup was you had to write in your times. There was they didn't time keep. So it was just like
Oh,
like,
okay,
like
yeah. So,
when you go to play a game of golf, you just
so
sign
did
your
you
cards.
did
sort
you
of thing.
did you lop a few minutes here? I would have.
No,
Why not?
Because you don't do that. That's just- you
Pig's
just don't
ass,
do
you
it.
don't. That's the difference between 4th and 2nd, bro.
Probably was.
Down here for running, up here for cheating.
But they could make it so easy. A lot of them need to put a little thing on the front of the wheelbarrow.
Yeah,
when
like
it goes
a-
from through the beep and then goes through the beep again.
Give everyone an earpod.
Because I think they've got rules where you're allowed to stop for a certain amount of time. Stop if your bus driver needs to do a pee, you can take that time off.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
if your runner needs to do a pee, no. But I think if your bus driver needs to do something, you can actually wipe that bit of time off.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Or just piss in a bottle.
Yeah.
Lots of bottles in
Just
the front.
lots of bottles in the car. Yeah, but what if the runners, like when they're not running, need to piss? How do
You
you?
just got to hang it out the window. Well, because at on the 60-kilometre day, it's pretty much you run for like. We left at like 7 in the morning. We got around 1 or something. We got.
Oh, okay then.
It's about
6
4
hours.
4 or 5 hour run
Yeah, right.
to do 65
Did you think
Ks.
because it was that kind of intensity, like the way? Did you warm up?
No, because you can't really. You just stretch a bit because you just got to sort of take off and then you
Work
do
your way into it.
Yeah, you do a couple and then you warm. Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Going back next year,
Oh, everyone's saying that. Huh?
except you.
I'd probably do it again, but yeah, I'd really have to train for it.
We will 110% come and cheer for you,
Bring the dogs.
or cheer
We'll bring
for
the
you.
dogs.
Cheer, yeah, we'll bring the
We'll
dogs.
bring the
That
dogs
way we
and
can
we'll
get
go
those
for a
pigs.
hunt.
But there's that, talking about the Dad's Army one there.
Yeah.
we overtook them, and it's pretty funny. You overtake them, and you have like water pistols and that.
Oh, do yous?
And we were like shooting the bus drivers and that.
Yeah.
And I can give you the cunt of the week. The cunt of the week was this one fucking bitch in this green fucking van. Green fucking bitch. I overtook her and we shot everyone.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we turn and she's like turned a smile to like say hi, and someone just smashed her in the glasses and clean in the mouth.
As
and
you
she's like,
should.
and then she's like, "No, stop!
She lost it,
She
did
just
she?
lost it.
You're in the wrong place, love.
Yeah, and then I told the old Dad's Army follower, and he goes, "That bitch, we fucking shot her twice last year. She went off us, so we shot her again." And this is one of the dudes here, because when we overtook him, I actually overtook him. I said, "How you going, old fella?" And he goes, "Going good." And then the girls were trying to shoot him.
Yeah.
And Kate missed. And he goes, "I'll show you. I'll play the video." See ya. Yeah, I overtook you and the girls went to shoot you. You said you're a bloody piss week. You missed.
yeah, they're hopeless.
Hopeless fucking women, eh?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's what he reckons.
Perfect.
Everybody reckons you're fucking weak as piss. That's what he reckons when he's overtaken.
That's awesome. That sounds like a good weekend, man.
No, it was.
And a good cause too.
Yeah,
Even better.
And there was no wankers there. Everyone was like
Yeah,
jovial,
yeah.
had a
But
good
you
time.
you tend not to get wankers at things like that, though.
And
eh?
it's a different sort of group of people. I've never really mingled with a group of people like that before
Yeah, okay.
that are happy. Nah. And charitable.
With positive, sunny dispositions. It was really fucking weird. I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Kate, let's get out of here. This fucking room here.
Come back to miserable raining in Innisfail.
Got to go back to Innisfail.
Get
I'm
your,
like,
get your
"Rah."
grouch on. Yep. Well, you missed absolutely nothing here. Sideways rain all weekend. I had plans of going fishing with the kids on Sunday, and even the kids were like, "Oh, we don't have to go fishing, do we, Dad?" I'm like, "Nah, mate, we really don't," because it was just.
I never got an option as a kid.
Oh, no,
Yeah, that's right.
because
Never got
I
an
didn't want to go.
That's the difference
If
between
you've
kids
met
of
my
these
old boy-
days and the olden days.
If it had been the reef and it was flat, different story.
Yeah.
Like if it was a flat day and we were going down the reef, but going to sit in the river, particularly behind my place, I've seen that big lizard again too, just quietly. So I was like, nah, we'll give that a miss.
Was that the photo you sent today?
No, that was just the runoff,
colour change.
the run,
Yeah.
the runoff.
Because in the
coming out
water
of that
there,
little
there's
creek.
a little look like a head. So
No, there's a nice big log that's kind of wedged into the sand just outside that little creek mouth, and I was like, that was where I was going to go. I was just going to go and sit there and just drift a few liveys back and see what's hanging around. There's bound to be some fish there. Instead, stayed on the couch and watched sport all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about me.
And while we're talking about sport, how'd the Tigers go on the weekend
Fuck up.
against my
Shut the
Storm? You cut your finger on that.
I'll cut my wrist on it. That's what I'll do. Look, we've
What was the score before we?
64-0. 64 fucking nil.
Against my Storm.
Like it was just like Pappenhausen had 3 in the first 17 minutes.
Yeah.
We unfortunately, when teams start to improve but then they just have flashbacks to what they were, and that was it. And Melbourne were shit hot, like they really were. And
when
not
teams
only
get a ball
roll.
rolling,
Oh,
like
they
that,
did,
it's so
man,
hard
big
to
time.
stop it.
But also, too, you look at who Melbourne had on the sideline. Like Harry Grant didn't play, Will Warbrick didn't play. There was a few of their top flight players sitting on the sideline injured, and they just we got poleaxed. Like we got completely just.
Because I was sitting at that, I took the missus to a Gundi pub last night because we got home late, and I I was only looking through from the outside, and you could see the screen, and they just showed all the highlights, and I'm like, there's another try.
Yeah.
There's another try.
Oh,
and I'm like, what's the score there?
It
60s.
was
What?
one-way traffic. It was absolutely one-way traffic. Why don't we talk about it anymore? On the footy thing as well, you know who he just absolutely found some form, and I there's been a bit of conjecture thrown around. So Latrell Mitchell won the game for South Sydney against the Broncos, like he did, man.
Yep.
I think it was 14 all. And then he slots a field goal from 50 in the wet. Yeah.
In the wet,
In the
too.
wet. Oh, from halfway.
He must have not let it bounce.
49
would have been just as it touched the ground.
49 metres out, man.
Ridiculous.
And he cleared the bar by 2 metres. Like, he pumped it.
Yeah.
And then there was like 10 seconds to go, and one of the South players got tackled like a metre out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he played the ball. Latrell Mitchell picked it up at dummy half, a metre out, and he took a knee and basically submitted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no one touched him. No one put a hand on him. So
Yeah.
the tackle wasn't finished, and the Broncos players kind of looked away for
And
a
then he
second.
just went forward and
and
put
he
it down.
Forward.
He just dived
Yeah.
over the line and scored the try again. And like a lot of people are like, "Oh, how do we feel about it? Is that
Yeah,
good
is it
sportsmanship?"
sportsmanship?
Rah, rah,
No,
rah.
fuck it.
The game doesn't finish until
The game doesn't finish
Yeah.
until that tackle's made,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Because when there's other games where it's, you know, teams are trying to get a try or a point, or they play to the absolute death.
Yeah.
And the Broncos kind of, they missed the point on that
Yeah.
one. They did. So
But
I
the
think,
thing is, like, you're a professional football player. You should just no smash that cunt.
yeah,
No,
but that's what's going to happen now. Mark my words, that's what's going to happen now.
but you
Anyone
know-
that tries
man
to submit in a
outs,
tackle,
yeah.
they're going to get pumped now.
Yeah, because they're probably going to try to pull the penalty out of him, but no one touched him.
No one touched
You
him.
only had to put a finger on it.
That's all they had to do. Someone just had to walk up and put their hand on his shoulder, and
Yeah.
it would have been a tackle.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and he dived over the line and he scored, and good on him. And speaking of good on people, Jack Della Maddalena,
Yeah, I was.
champ. What a fight. Did you watch it? It was a good fight, man.
You know
And
how I found out
Highlight.
he
how he
cleaned,
went.
how who why?
Have a look at that top number of.
Oh, did you put on? Did you?
I put $100 on him to
You
win.
did too. Good man.
Just win. Yeah.
Yeah, just win $258
And
in my sports bet account right now.
And I don't think a lot of people. I think a lot of people were writing him off. I don't think many people gave him a chance, and I don't know why.
Oh, what he
Because
did to
he-
A lot
Gilbert
of people
Burns
thought
with
Yeah.
a
it was
broken
gonna
arm.
be a lot
Yep.
more grappling, maybe.
And
But
he got up every
he
time.
got up. Yeah, he didn't get him. I think it
Nah,
was 1 out of 8. 1
Bilal
out of
couldn't
8,
hold him on
yeah.
the ground, man. And but in the end, by about halfway through the second, start of the third, definitely,
Yeah.
he was getting up at will.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Bilal was shooting and good shots and getting
Yeah.
a hold of him and a majority of the time getting him on the deck.
Mm.
And he was straight back to his feet.
Yeah.
And his
Yeah.
boxing just cleaned him up. Like
Yeah.
he really cleaned him up.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, I watched
dominant.
a bit of shorts on it today just so we could chat about it today because I was driving back from there, so I didn't get to see none of it.
Yeah.
Well, only when we hit a town, I kept checking my sports bet account. I was not done yet. Not done yet.
It's not finished yet. The only thing that shit me was there was a real across the media afterwards, and and even leading into it a bit, but especially afterwards, there was a real kind of dismissive attitude towards him. I don't, and I think it's probably because he wasn't really on anyone's radar. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone really expected him to win, and he's
Well,
turned around.
Bilal
and he's
sort of
won.
went in there quietly as well. He
Yeah, the
didn't.
fight
He
was-
didn't
Look, he
take
did.
over.
Yeah.
Take
he
over
did,
the world
that's
to get
right.
that spot.
But the way that a lot of the commentators and reporters spoke to him and that sort of stuff, it was like he's just won a world title. He's got the belt now,
Yeah.
and everyone was so not everyone, but a majority of them were so dismissive towards him. They were straight away going to Islam.
Yeah.
Oh well, now at
Now it's
170,
Islam,
Islam's going to come up. Are you going to
Yeah,
fight Islam?
yeah.
Are you going to fight Islam? Like there wasn't much in the way
No,
of well
congrats.
done,
Yeah, you
congratulations.
did it.
like
Really good fight.
yeah, 100%. They kind of
Yeah.
just.
You shown
Straight
you're the
over
champ.
it. Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
You deserve to be there. You've beaten everyone. and they just kind of flip straight over it. And I don't know if that's because he's Aussie and maybe
I think
in MMA circles
he did say he was going to do that.
He did.
No.
I think about 6 months ago, wasn't it?
No, the other fella said if he wins, he'll give up his title to fight him.
Who Islam did?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. So it's pretty much going to be.
Oh, look, I understand that Islam's like the big thing at the moment. He is pound for pound. You can't even argue that.
Yeah.
Like he is so dominant in his division. And I'm not going to shit on Madalena's parade at all in any way, shape, or form. But I think he'll have a hard time against Makhachev just on the grappling. Just
in saying that, he's got a bit of size on Volk, and he.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Volk.
And Volk,
I won't say out grappled him, but
Volk nearly. Some people say he won that
in
fight.
that first one.
So
definitely,
he's beatable.
Yeah, no, he is. He's definitely
100%.
beatable. I mean, he's already been beaten once, so he's definitely beatable. But Islam at a bigger weight too, where he's not cutting weight and he's healthy. It's an undertaking. But if he can stay on his feet and box with him, I don't think in his division, I don't think there's any better boxers in the UFC than JDM. Not at all. No. And he's not just those, because a lot of those UFC fighters, it's 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 punch combos. Like he's throwing 10, 12, 15. Like
and
he's loading them up.
He counters well.
He counters beauously.
Yeah.
You know?
That's his biggest thing. He can counter.
Yeah. So that's...
And the other thing that he hasn't shown too much of his ability, he can fucking grapple.
Yeah, if he can get up, he can grapple.
There's videos online of him putting Craig Jones asleep at training.
I saw that. Yeah, and that's no mean feat.
Like you put a DAS on Craig Jones, he's pretty wide.
He's a big boy. Yeah, a lot bigger than JDM is.
And if you can get a DAS through and get that on and get it locked in,
and sleep
that's
him,
pretty hard to do.
Yeah, bloody oath. So like, big props. Big props to JDM. That's our what?
Yeah.
How many Aussie champs now has there been? 2 or 3?
Is it 3?
So we got Volt, we got JDM. Who else?
Oh, you're probably thinking Adesanya, but he's not. He's
Kiwi. Yeah. I'm sure there's
Whittaker was.
Yeah, Whittaker.
Oh, Whittaker. Yes, that's the other one. There was 3. Yep.
So that's pretty good for Australia.
That's not bad. And then you throw in the NZ side of things on that as well.
Yeah.
Because that big, the other Kiwi boy, Navajo, Sterling, he won as well. Yeah. And pretty dominant. Like, it went the distance and it went to points, but it wasn't unanimous.
Yeah, well, he trains with Brody and them, and they talk up.
The thing is, though, they reckon that at some stage he's probably going to have to catch Carlos Ulberg because they're in the same weight division. Yeah. So at some stage, and they're talking about Ulberg getting a shot shortly too because he's 11-0, I think. I don't think he's lost in the UFC. So 10-0 or 11-0 or something like that. So they're probably going to collide. And you know, so you've had Kai Kara France, Israel Adesanya. I don't think anyone else out of that camp's been a title holder yet.
Kai Kara hasn't.
No. Kai Kara has?
No.
Kai Kara had not held a belt.
No. Are
you sure?
He went for one and lost.
Oh, did he?
And
I thought he had it for a while.
No, I'm pretty sure he...
Okay.
I don't think he did. And he's going for it now. The next one, he's going for it again.
He's got a title fight coming up. Right, okay. I thought he had it and lost it and he's been trying to get it back. But it was a good weekend of MMA. It really was. I've got a little bit more pub ammo for you, and it's a sporting pub ammo. Check this out. This will spin you out a little bit. I just got to find it. I took a screenshot of it. Okay. Sailboarding. Now, sailboarding is something I've always wanted to have a crack at. I reckon it'd be pretty fun.
It's hard. The reason it's hard because you've got to be ambidextrous, like with your feet.
Yeah. So I've tried it a couple of times over the years, and with no success at all. I think I got like a little wiggle on once up at Tinaroo, and that was it. You know what I mean? And then I fell in the water a couple of 100 yards from shore, and someone had to come and get me in a tinny. But the world record for speed,
I reckon it'd be around 140 or something like that.
Oh no, it's a little bit high. But
no, knots. No.
No, it is 65.37 knots by Paul Larson.
So that's over 100. That's
121.06 kilometres an hour.
Yep.
That's motoring, man. Like, that breaks something if you come
Yeah.
off motoring. You know what I mean?
Imagine
Him
falling
off
out
the
of the boat.
water.
Yeah.
Imagine how much lean angle
And
you have
knots
to
is
have.
1.8.
1.852 kilometers in a knot. Yeah, up the top there.
Yeah. Or down the bottom,
Hey,
basically.
skipper and boats is good for something. But a land mile is different. A land
it's
mile is like
1.6.
1.6 something or
Yeah.
other. Yeah. 121 kilometers an hour on a sailboard. That's unreal. That blew me away, that did. I was like, holy.
Yeah, that's the hardest part
motoring.
about them is because you're going into the wind, you got to stand one way, but then when you're going back the other way,
You got to turn
on
around the other
opposite
side.
feet.
Yeah. But imagine how much, if you come off, you'd be busted up. You'd be really busted up. What about you? Do you get any pub only? I've written down heaps this week. I don't
All
even
right,
know
I got
half of
I
it
got
is.
one for you.
Yeah.
Do you know where NASCAR was born?
Where it was born?
Yeah, why it was born?
No. Why?
It's because all the old mob and drug dealers back in the olden days used to do up their cars to burn off the police, and that's where it started.
Is it?
Yeah,
So all he's got so basically what you're saying is the Dukes of Hazzard started NASCAR.
pretty much. Daisy did.
Daisy did. Oh, bro. Look, this is my unicorn, right? Jessica Simpson in that movie. I don't think there's a hotter woman on the planet. I don't think a hotter woman has existed. Don't get me wrong. She's a bit of a wildebeest now. But back then, stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
It was better than aerobics Oz style.
Especially after the blokes.
What was good too, it was on DVD so you could pause it.
But see what down the bottom here, my last one? I'll just wait.
What's your last one? What do you got? Yeah, you lost it. You've
Down
cocked
here,
it.
look, what's it got? Tigers.
Shut up. We've already talked about that and we're not talking about it anymore. But I've got an animal one. Speaking of animals, here we go. Octopus. Did you know that octopus have 3 hearts?
Yeah, I think we've spoke about that.
Oh,
on
have
here.
we?
Yeah.
But when they swim, 2 of them stop.
So they're like
They're the
talking.
only animal. They're the only animal that can voluntarily stop their heart.
Yeah.
Every other animal, it's a process. But obviously, one keeps going.
Yeah.
But that one just supplies the brain, whereas the other one supplies. I
Supplies.
don't know what the hell supplies, motherfucker.
I was trying to tell this joke to my daughter the other day. It might take a while, so I won't do it. And I was trying to figure it. I was trying to figure out how to say it. So there was this plane was going down. There was an American, an Australian, and a Japanese fella on it. And while they're going down, they said, "Run up the front." And he goes, "I'll get all the first aid stuff." The Australian fella says, "I'll get all the first aid stuff and that."
Yeah.
And the American fella goes, "Well, I'll go and get all the fishing gear and the spearing gear because if we land on an island, we'll need that."
Yeah.
And they said to the Japanese fella, "Go down the back to where the food area is. There's a box on the ground there. Grab that and grab the supplies." And he's like, "Okay." Anyway, they get down there and they've crashed and it washes up on the beach. They wash up on the beach and here's this box up on the beach, and the American's got his spearing gear, and he's like, "All right, I got my gear." And they're looking, and the Australian's he's got all the medical stuff, and he's looking around, and he's going, "All right, where's these supplies?" Anyway, they walk up the beach, and there's this box just sitting in the middle of the beach, and they walk up to him, they couldn't find the Jap fella, and they're like, "Where is he?" And they popped it up, and he goes, "Supplies!"
Oh, fuck.
He was waiting for it. Oi, shit dick, smash this cunt.
He's dreaming.
Smash this cunt. shit dick.
Perfect.
Yeah, we've got the boys.
Supplies, motherfucker.
we got the 2-piece Kents. We're still going to push that, and we're still going to push them down the line.
We've planted a seed.
We're gonna plant the seed.
A seed of fighting. A fighting seed. That's what we've planted.
Yeah.
And we'll just work on it over the next 12 months. Or just shy.
Yeah,
11
you got
months.
anything to say to him?
He said, what did he say the other day?
I told him to stop. Whatever it was he said, I told him to stop.
No,
I said,
on theirs.
Yeah, on theirs.
They
I
said
forget what he
something.
said.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So what do you got?
Nothing.
You got to get good at your shit talk, or
Oh,
you won't
man.
get up.
Yeah.
You gotta get shit.
You know what? I know what he's got. A straight right.
Yeah,
All right.
so, yeah.
All right.
Or you get on the Two Piss Kents thing and have a listen to them and just, if I think they have a call-in section, call in and say Quinn's going to fuck your top lip up. Shit dick.
All right, I got a couple of last ones, all right? We always talk about our health and our well-being. Here's a couple of health-related ones. So your DNA in your body.
Your deoxyribonucleic acid.
You know it!
Yeah.
Bro, up there. Up there. I like that. I am suitably impressed. So it's that double helix shit. You know what I mean? It's the shape. Did you know that if you were to unravel all the DNA strands in your body and put them end to end, it'd be 10 million miles. That's the equivalent of Pluto and back.
Crazy.
Crazy.
And you know the worst part about that? Pluto's not even a planet.
No, what have they classed Pluto as now?
It's X now.
It's just X.
Yeah.
Bet you Elon Musk bought it. Calls it X.
Pluto pop.
And the last one, speaking of X, because X usually means extinction, doesn't it? Here's a freaky one for you. And I it's true. Like, I actually Googled this one because I thought, really? So South Korea, they're actually on a birth rate to extinction because they're not having kids anymore, and they have such a high incidence of infertility.
Yeah.
So at their current rate, 100 adults right now is only going to equal 4 great-grandchildren.
4.
4.
Fuck me.
4. Now, I don't know how you
South
extrapolate.
Korea, are you even rooting?
Yeah, I know. I don't know how you extrapolate that and find out like how long it would take to get. But when you're talking 100 down to 4 in the space of great-grand 3 generations, is that 3
Well,
generations? Or
China's
4?
just going to row over there and go, right, we'll take this place.
Well, they'll be asking them to come over, won't they? Bring those fertile
Bring
dicks
some
over
doodles.
here. But yeah, 100 people currently is only going to equate to 4 great-grandchildren. So in 3 generations' time, that 100 is going to dwindle to 4.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Fuck yeah. That is crazy. I have
Yeah.
another one you want to have a think about is stuff that we used to have when we were young and it's not around anymore, nor because of political correctness.
Oh, all right.
Or anything like that. So
we got to be real careful about how we word some of this.
No, fuck it. Let's go.
Okay, so bullying. Maybe there's a place for it. Because if we still had bullying, there wouldn't be kids shitting in kitty litter trays in the back of classrooms. That's all I'm going to say on the matter, okay? If you're one of those kids, good for you. I would have flogged you in school.
Mm.
Yeah, all right. What else? What else is political correctness
I
destroyed?
just actually thought of another one.
What?
Remember those biscuits? Gollywogs?
Gone.
Gone?
Gone. Redskins.
Redskins?
Gone. Red Rippers now.
What about the other ones?
Chicos.
Remember? Chico Babies in there? Chico Babies?
Yeah,
They're
what are they
like
called
black
now?
cats.
Black
I thought they
cats.
changed the
No,
whole
no,
thing.
there's
There
a
is-
black
is
cat.
that
There is a
too?
black
Oh,
cat. No,
okay.
they changed Chicos to something else.
Like you said, cats. I was wondering what you were saying. Fucking hell. What was the one I was going to put in here? Fag. Cigarettes.
Yeah, they're gone altogether.
Fags. No, they were called fads. Fads.
FADS, but
They're called
there's none anymore.
Yeah,
Chicos.
but they actually were called fags first.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
yeah,
they went to
yeah,
fads.
Yeah.
And
then
now they're gone
disappeared.
altogether,
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
they? Yeah.
And I
So-
think when they went to fads, they took the red tip off
Yeah,
the
there's
end
no
of them
tip.
as well.
Yeah,
did
it was
they?
just a white,
Mm.
like, must stick.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah, yeah.
So what? It went from being fags, and it just looked like a shit-coloured shaft. Imagine that. Fags to fads. They took the red tip off
Do
it.
you remember the other ones that were like a brown fag, like cigarette? They were them too. They were like a big version of
A
them,
lolly-
but they were
like
thick.
no, they were a cigar.
Cigar, yeah.
A cigar version.
But you
Yeah,
know
I
the
don't remember
name
what
of
they.
them?
Nah, couldn't tell you.
But
Chicos.
they were actually nice. I like
Chicos are now called cheekies.
cheekies.
Big little cheeky.
Little cheekies.
Yeah. What else you got? What else was there?
Um,
Oh, I'm trying to think of stuff that's been.
that's all.
been
That's all I can
Coon
think
cheese?
of.
Coon
Cheer?
cheese.
Cheer?
What did they change it to?
Cheer. It's
Is
cheer
it
now,
cheer
I think.
cheese?
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was actually someone's last name.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with a racial slur. It was actually a bloke's last name,
Mm.
and they had to change it. So political correctness, it's
Mm.
destroying us everywhere.
Destroying us.
I've got one political one, and it's the only one I'm going to drop. And
Thanks, everyone, for listening.
No. This will really piss everyone else. So, Clive Palmer, Trumpeter Patriots. That dude spent $62 million on an election.
Text messages?
Well, whatever he spent it on, and he didn't win one seat.
Yeah.
62 mil. You do the math on that, he could have given every Australian $2 million. $2
$2 million? What?
62 mil? Yeah,
Like
six,
that
and
for
there's
2
28.
units only.
No, is that not right?
$2.
Wait,
Okay.
what would it be?
Welcome back.
What?
$2.
I used my calculator so wrong the other day then, bro. You got no idea how badly I used.
Oi, clip that one up.
Clip that one up. Oh, no. Bo, if
Back
you
to
clip that
school.
one up, I'll drive all the way down to Nambour to find you, brother.
He's paying the bills, too.
Oh, man. What an egg.
Oi, you got it right underneath it, Bo.
Okay, 62.
Kiwi math.
62. Oh, you idiot.
It's $2.
I did billion. I just realised
He
what
had
I
an
did.
extra zero.
I had too many zeros. I had 3 extra zeros.
They're like that,
Oh,
like that
what
zero
a
pirate.
flog.
He said, supplies.
Supplies. Supplies, motherfucker.
All I got is another one's like stupid shit you
Go,
did when
do
you were a kid.
Oh.
Like
Like-
just to hurt someone. Now you're like, oh,
No, I don't know if I ever did anything to really hurt anyone.
oh, well, no, we did it to hurt someone.
What was it?
Okay, so we used to stay down the Gold Coast every Christmas, and one day we're just walking through the park there. You get bored because we stay there for a fair long time, so you get
Fair
bored.
long time.
Fair long time, in the long time ago there. And so one morning we got up early and we found a Besser block in the park. So we took it down the beach and built a big sandcastle around it.
That's that's genius.
And then just sat up in the sand dunes and just wait for someone to come down and kick the
And
shit
did
out of
someone
it.
kick it?
Yeah. We'd go and cover it back over and let the next
How
person
many
come
people
in.
did you get?
Oh, about 20.
That is amazing.
20 broken foots.
Because that's karma too.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
them.
That's a bit of karma.
Yeah.
That's a bit like, nah.
We even put a sign up, please don't kick. Nah. Danger, please don't kick. And then that didn't work, so then we went up and got the knives out of the cupboard and did the same thing. We put all the knives in the... No.
You and I are cut from a different cloth, brother. I was too busy fundraising for underprivileged people.
Yeah, I was too busy pushing the wheelbarrow.
Oh, well done, well done.
Yep, so we got another sponsor.
We do indeed. He's just down the road here.
Yeah, so we got Coastal Marine and Outdoors.
That's exactly right. Joel and his boys. If you need to fix your toys, spend money on your toys,
Yep, and
come
everyone,
and see him.
And you know the biggest thing Joel would probably say to everyone right now is the weather's shit. Go and get your boat serviced.
Yeah, that's right.
now. Don't leave it for the week for when the weather's going to come good and push it in and go and say, come on, can you
No,
get it
that's
through?
right. I think
Go
we have.
and get it done now. Go and get your bearing service now. Get all that done
That's
now.
right. We talk about this every season about this time because we have very much off season here in far north Queensland when it comes to getting out on the water because there's a 4 month, maybe a little bit
until
longer,
September.
till September, where the winds kick up. We get like a trade wind, probably 20 knots most days
And
type
you might
stuff.
get the odd, about probably 3 or 4 weekends between now and then you might get
where
be able
you'll
to get
skip out, you
somewhere.
take advantage of those, and we don't like it because the water's too cold. But in that time,
Just shrivels up.
service your boat.
Yeah, so go to
Service
Coastal
your
Marine
boat,
and Outdoors.
service your trailer, service your engine, and go and see the boys at Coastal Marine. If you can't be asked doing it yourself, they'll do it for you. They've got
They'll
a great
definitely do
team back there.
They'll do your trailer too. That's what
all-
everyone thinks. They won't do your boat trailer. They'll do your boat
They'll do it.
trailer, bearings and all that. How
all
good's
makes
that?
and models of engines, even those old shitty ones that nobody wants to work on anymore. So if you've got an old shithouse Evinrude sitting in the shed, just take it
Tell
in.
them we sent you.
Take it in for shits and giggles and tell them we sent you. Old two-stroke Jonos, take those in. He loves them. Those boys love them.
So yeah, go see Coastal Marine and Outdoors in Innisfail. They've got all the guns, hunting supplies, all that sort of stuff as well. They're
Stuff
plush.
for your dogs, stuff for your boats. They are also, most importantly, Stacer and Mercury dealership.
And another big thing is it's winter. Any month that doesn't have an R in it, you know what that means? you say your months between now. So you got May. So you
June, July, August. Yeah, okay.
got May, June, July, August.
What does that mean?
4 months. 4 months without an R in it means you get crabs.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
How have I never heard this? And it must be true because you done all right on the crabs last week, and a mate of mine did pretty good.
I was scratching.
You must have been the wool shed.
Yeah, so any month that doesn't have an R in it in North Queensland, they're the times to go crabbing.
There you go. There you go.
So he's got the
you
good
heard
quick
it here.
collapsible crab pots there.
He's got the
Go and
crab
grab
cuffs as well. If you haven't seen the crab cuffs, check them out. And Cody, got your back, homie.
Yeah, at least one person does.
Yeah, from the back. All right. On that note, let's get out of here. I've got to go to work. I don't want to, man. I don't want to, but I'm gonna.
All right. Yep. I'm just going
You
through
done?
my things. Oh, just one last. What was that last one say there?
Fuck up, will you?
Tigers.
Whatever. The good news is it wasn't bigger than our loss last year to the Cowboys. I think that was 17-0. So we're improving.
Getting better.
We're improving.
Better,
Our
right?
biggest loss this year wasn't as big as our biggest loss last year. See, you just got to look. Cup's half full, bro.
Yeah.
Cup's half full.
Yeah.
On that note, we will talk to you later.
All right.
Peace.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And thanks for all the new listeners. And just remember, this is on YouTube. If you want to have a look,
Yeah,
we're on YouTube as well.
indeed.
Then you'll see all the little things where we're scratching our balls and stuff like that on the side and wanking.
All the wank jokes. All right, we're out of here.
And now we just got kicked off of YouTube. Not on you, porn.
Yeah. We'll change channels.
All right.
All
See
right,
you
see
next
yous.
week, eh?